President William RUTO defends his economic plan, insisting that the economy is on the right trajectory. Inspector General of Police Japhet Koome calls on police commanders to take on medics on strike as KMPDU condemns his sentiments and calls for him to retract his statement. And a Kitengela school driver has been arrested for allegedly defiling a minor. Now remember, you can be part of the program by engaging us on our socials. At Amoy Brian, that is on X, at Lookuptv. The hashtag we're using tonight is LookUpWeekend. We are also live on Facebook and on YouTube. And we do welcome your feedback on these particular social platforms. We'll be sampling some of it as we continue with the program tonight. Let's begin. The Energy and Petroleum Regulatory Authority has reduced fuel prices by up to, let me just check that again. It has up to 18 shillings in this month's review. Now, Epra said a litre of super petrol has decreased by 5 shillings and 31 cents, diesel by 10 shillings per litre, while kerosene has gone down by 18 shillings and 68 cents per litre in Nairobi. Now, super petrol will retail at 193 and 84 cents, diesel at 180 and 38 cents, and kerosene at 70 shillings. Now, Mombasa residents will purchase super petrol at 190 and 66 cents, diesel at 177 and 21 cents, and kerosene at 186 and 99 cents. Now, Epra said the prices are inclusive of the 16% value-added tax, in line with the provisions of the Finance Act 2023, of the Tax Laws Amendment Act 2020, and the revised rates for excess duty adjusted for inflation, as per legal notice number 194 of 2020. Inspector General of Police, that is Japhet Koome, has directed police commanders to deal firmly with and decisively with doctors engaging in street protest. IG Koome, through a statement Sunday, said the move was necessitated in the interest of national security. As the doctor strike enters its 33rd day today, Inspector General of Police Japhet Koome now says that striking doctors will be dealt with by the law enforcers. Koome, through a statement to the newsrooms, says the medics have been infringing on the rights of other Kenyans through the strike, which he claims has brought about paralysis in the transport sector. The statement reads, and I quote, "The medics have become a public nuisance, blowing whistles and vuvuzelas during the demonstrations, thus causing discomfort to patients in hospitals and the general public. In the interest of the national security, therefore, all respective police commanders have been instructed to deal with such situations firmly and decisively under the law. We wish to caution all doctors to refrain from infringing on the rights of others while demonstrating, and that their efforts to disrupt smooth operations of hospitals will not be tolerated." Koome has also accused the medics of engaging in unlawful strikes, saying the police are not notified of the strikes. Contrary to the constitutional provisions on the right to picket, petition or demonstrate, the medics continue to engage in demonstrations without notifying the police. Following the announcement by the opposition that they will be joining the strike, Koome said the move is an intention to cause terror in the country. "We have information that non-medics tend to join the ongoing processions, a move that poses a threat to public safety and security." KMPDU has however slammed the IG, saying the strike is within the law. Speaking to Lookuptv on phone, KMPDU Deputy Chair Dr. Kahura Mundia castigated IG Koome for banning the strike.
Well, the statement by the Inspector General of the National Police Service is quite disheartening. We'd expect that the police would come out and issue statements of solidarity, that they're encouraging progressive talks, and that other persons should learn from what doctors are doing as regards picketing and demonstrations. But to try and threaten peacefully protesting doctors, the IG is instead threatening violence and intimidation so that these doctors don't get to engage in what they're supposed to do. As Kenyans, we must collectively move to change our country. The public healthcare sector has been neglected for years, And it is these issues of neglect that the doctors are demonstrating about, because without a motivated workforce, the sector keeps to ail. We want Kenyans to join us in peaceful protest to tell the government that they need to strategically invest in this neglected sector. Kenyans cannot afford private care, but that public hospital is very ready to take in any of us.
The Kenya Union of Clinical Officers has also come out to denounce the IG's statements as baseless and fabricated, saying it is intended to misinform the public. The statement reads, and I quote, "It is worth noting that our demonstrations have been conducted peacefully without any reported incidents of obstruction or disruption. This therefore implies that the government is utilizing the National Police Services to stifle a lawful and protected strike, thereby undermining constitutional rights. It is deeply concerning. We therefore advise the IG that instead of instilling fear in the public and the striking clinical officers and doctors, the IG should focus on maintaining law and order and apprehending perpetrators rather than casting aspersions on the striking healthcare workers and the public." County governments have also issued a warning to medics, saying those on strike will lose their jobs if they do not return to work. This comes as the government maintains it cannot meet the demands of the doctors. Brian Amwai, Lookuptv, Nairobi. Now, still on matters doctor strike, Kenya Medical Practitioners and Dentists Union has threatened to initiate court proceedings against Inspector General of Police Japhet Koome over his move banning doctors from striking. Now, in a statement on Sunday, KMPDU, alongside the Law Society of Kenya, LSK, Katiba Institute, the Africa Center for Open Governance, the Institute for Social Accountability, TISA, and the Kenya section of the International Commission of Juries said they will hold IG Koome accountable in case any doctor is harmed during the striking period. Now, the statement reads, and I quote, the organizations rather want IG Koome to apologize or else they would take him to court. The statement reads, "We demand that you retract the directive and apologize for it publicly by 6 p.m. today," that is today, Sunday. Now, in your retraction, you must also apologize for the violent attack by police on Dr. Davji Atela, which took place on February 27th, 2024. If you disregard our demand by the specified time, we will initiate court proceedings against you based on the doctrine of command responsibility. We will seek orders holding you personally liable for harm caused by the police to the striking and picketing medics. We will also seek damages against you and the attack on Dr. Atela. The statement reads in part. Now, away from that, President William Ruto has continued to defend his plan to revitalize the Kenyan economy. As Ian Kitani now files, Ruto hinted at the prices of petroleum products going down as the government works on making life better for Kenyans, cautioning elected leaders to prioritize service delivery to Kenyans.
With the Energy and Petroleum Regulatory Authority revising the cost of fuel, with the price of petrol per litre dropping by 5 shillings, translating to 193 shillings per litre, President William Ruto has hinted at fuel prices dropping further, defending his economic plan in a bid to further revitalize the country's economy.
Chache ama karibu mwaka moja iliyopita watu walikuwa na wasiwasi mambo yanaenda namna gani, lakini niliwaambia we must make the right decisions. Leo ile bei ya unga ilikuwa 200, saa hii inakaribia 100. Dola ilikuwa imefika 160, saa hii iko hapa 120 something. Na bado, because we are making the right decisions. We are not making popular decisions. And Kenya is going to go forward. Hii Kenya itabadilika tukiona kwa macho yetu.
However, the reduction in fuel prices came as a shocker after President William Ruto earlier in the day announced that the prices would fall by 10 shillings per litre.
Mafuta ndio ile ilikuwa pale, mumeona hata leo imeanguka na shilingi 10 just today.
As the leaders and locals from the vast North Rift region decry insecurity in the region, the head of state has called on the clergy to join the fight against banditry, noting that the church plays a crucial role in ensuring peace prevails. Speaking during a church service in Nyeri County, RUTO warned those still engaging in the sale of illicit brew, insisting that his administration will not sit and watch as the lives of young people are destroyed.
Wale wanatutishia, wanasema nyinyi sasa mumelete maneno ya kupigana na pombe, na unajua watu kukunywa pombe ni wengi, meharibika sijui nini, mtakosa umaarufu. Sasa niulize nyinyi, mnataka tuwe maarufu na pombe ijae hii Kenya tupoteze watu? Ati ndio tukue na popularity? Hapana. No. So, na utakuta viongozi wengine wanaenda kusema hapana, serikali imefanya makosa kupigana na pombe na kupigana na madawa ya kulevya.
The commander-in-chief also cautioned elected leaders, calling on them to prioritize service delivery.
Na viongozi wengi wanahangaika, wanasumbuka, wakitafuta umaarufu, wakitafuta kupigiwa makofi. Mimi nataka niwaambie viongozi, you have not been elected to be popular. You have been elected to lead and to serve.
Ian Keitani, Lookuptv.
All right, that story by Ian Kitani takes us to our first break here on Look Up Weekend. But before you do that, guess who's watching? Kennedy Jumba Sirigo says, good evening. I'm watching live from Likuyani, Kakamega County. Thank you so much for tuning in. And Benji Mwoki says, ukidai haki yako pia ni chaos. Well, responding to a story about the doctors and what the police has said. Thank you so much for tuning in and being part of the program tonight. And continue engaging us on our socials at Lookuptv, that is on Facebook and also on YouTube. We'll be sampling your feedback as we continue the program tonight. We take a break. We'll be back in a few.
Are you an SME looking for a media partner? Look no more, as Lookuptv got you covered for all your visibility and marketing needs. We at Lookuptv understand your business needs and want to work with you on your marketing journey, giving you solutions that will take you to the next level. Call us today on 0707 572 358 or send an email to sales@lookuptv.co.ke and kickstart this amazing journey. Welcome to Lookuptv, your official SME media partner. Come, let us show you place spot to build your dream home in Baraka Garden, situated just 5.4 kilometers from Blue Post Junction along the Thika Gatura Road. Place finest with secure gated community, Majina Stima Eco on-site, Usitans na stories za title deeds ziko ready. Plus, flexible payment plans and financing options. Pay 30% and clear the rest in installments. Get in touch, twende site visit. For more information, contact 0794 333 222 or 0722 668 700 or visit our website www.mahasibuhousing.co.ke. Experience the beauty of Baraka Gardens today.
All right, thank you so much for staying with us here on Look Up Weekend. Let's continue with the news tonight. Now, in a disturbing incident, police in Kitengela, Kajiado County are holding a school driver alleged to have defiled a 14-year-old minor 14-year-old minor rather. Now, the 39-year-old suspect was arrested 4 days after allegedly committing the act, which was reported on the fateful day and confirmed after the minor underwent medical examination. Now, the suspect, who is a driver of Glorious Group of Schools, Kitengela, is said to have lured the minor into his house for lunch, where she stayed up to 8 p.m.
At this home, we come across a 14-year-old girl overwhelmed with emotions and despair as she grapples with a distressing situation. Petronilla, not a real name, has already been through the worst nightmares at a tender age when a pretty was soiled and her innocence stolen by a 39-year-old man. The beastly act done by school driver is well known, is permanently engraved in his memory. On that exact day, the perpetrator lured him with the promise of a lunch meal, after which he remained inside the house until 8 p.m. Little did she know it was all part of a plot that would lead to an unimaginable turn of events.
Nilikuwa nimeitwa kufanya huko kazi, kuosha vyombo na kupanguza nyumba. Nikaenda huko nikafanya hizo kazi na nikakaa nikaanza kuwatch. Lunch, akapika lunch tukakula. Akaenda kuoga akarudi. After kurudi akaniambia ati umekaa huku sana, nataka kukuambia nakupenda, nataka kulala na wewe. Ndio nikalala na yeye.
The school driver, who turned tormentor, then forced the minor to remain silent after the ordeal, promising to marry her if she did not disclose to anyone what happened.
Alisema nikimaliza shule nitakaa na yeye.
Weighed by the heinous crime, Petronilla's cousin made it clear that the suspect was arrested 4 days after subsequent medical tests confirming the sexual assault on their relative.
Jamaa alimdanganya akaenda kwake, akashinda huko Monday mzima paka jioni, kuanzia asubuhi paka jioni saa 2. Sasa ndo tukapata mtoto, tukamhoji, tukasikia alikuwa kwa jamaa, na jamaa tukafuatilia, tukapeleka mtoto hospitali, tukatibiwa, ikaangaliwa amefanywa hivyo na jamaa. Sasa tukashughulikia ripoti, sasa ameshikwa kwa hapa ndani.
As the victim's family tirelessly advocates for the law to take its course and for justice to prevail, they find themselves in a troubling situation as they are induced by the suspect family to accept bribe in exchange for dropping the case.
Kuna mtu anataka kuongea kuhusu jamaa venye anaweza achiliwa. Ile kitu anatoa nayo, unajua yezi kuwa imelipa justice. Justice lazima ikuwe kitu sawa, sababu sasa yezi kuwa ile vitu wanaongea hapa. Ningekuwa kukubali, tungekuwa tumekubaliana hata jana. Sababu sioni ikiwa justice.
George Kayesi, Lookuptv.
Now, 2 people, including a driver of a matatu, registered under the Webule shuttle, and a minor lost their lives after a grisly road accident in Matisi along the Webuye-Malaba highway. This is after the two matatu and a long-distance truck collided head-on, as Daniel Omayo now files.
The wake of the increase in road carnages across the country, with hundreds of people losing their lives in the past few weeks, 2 more lives have been lost in a road accident at the Matisi along the Webuye-Malaba highway. Titus Shitandai, a witness, explained how the accident occurred, saying that they were following the trailer from behind, but unfortunately the Webuye shuttle car collided head-on with the trailer while overtaking.
Leo niliamuka kwenda Matanga huko Mokweya. Kurudi kufika Matisi, tulikuwa nimefuata trailer. Kwa bahati mbaya, Liza naye alikuwa ya Webuye shuttle. Kufika kwa daraja, sikagongana trailer na Nissan ilikuwa inatoka Webuye inaenda Bungoma. Trailer inatoka Bungoma inakuja Webuye. Kufika kwa daraja, bahati mbaya sikakuwa na head on collision. Na tukapoteza, kwa sasa tumepoteza kama watu wawili. Inasemekana kwamba dereva na mtoto mdogo.
Drivers operating in Webuye-Malaba highway led by Ali Kaboge are saddened by the unexpected demise of their fellow in the accident. Ali has indicated that the driver was their group member in the dinner stage when he was serving as a driver under the Webuye Sato PSV.
Tumesikitika kupata msiba wa dereva wetu anafanya na kampuni Webuye Sato hapo Matisi na ameaga. Yeye anafanya na Webuye Sato Sako kama dereva na pia ni member wetu wa dinner stage. So tumekuja kuhakikisha hiyo tu.
Chris Sheker, who is a resident, has said that the casualties were taken to Webuye Referral Hospital. However, the Hifos were dealt a major blow due to the ongoing doctor strike. Chris has asked the national government and the county government to do something to end the doctor strike as the patients are going through hard situations.
Tumekuwa na ajali imefanyika leo. Watu wamepata ajali wamepeleka district yani Webuye County Referral Hospital lakini hakuna madaktari. So tunaomba serikali itusaidie, county government Lusaka amuke alive madaktari warudi kazi.
Daniel Omayo, Lookuptv.
Now, miners from AMLITE Resources Company Limited in Rarieda Sub-County, Siaya County, held a peaceful demonstration to protest the closure of the operations. Now, this is after the leadership of Rarieda Artisanal Miners Savings and Credit Cooperative Society obtained a court order to stop their operations within North Ramba sub-location. Now, they noted that despite having been in operation for only 3 months, AMLITE Resources Company Limited has transformed livelihoods in that particular area through provisions of jobs.
The cries of the gold miners follows a conservatory order issued by the Environment and Lands Court in Siaya, restraining AMLITE Company and its workers from mining activity, extraction of gold and or any other mineral from that site, and directed that the application be mentioned on the 22nd of April 2024 for purposes of taking a ruling date on the matter. Eunice Olwatch, one of the workers, demanded for the lifting of the court order, noting that allegations that the site was insecure and does not meet the requisite prospection standards was not true.
Ask Rarieda Artisanal Miners Savings and Credit Cooperative Society to reopen our company. We, the undersigned, hereby petition for the immediate reopening of AMLITE Resources Limited Company, which has been unjustly closed by the Rarieda Artisanal Miners Savings and Credit Cooperative Society. AMLITE Resources Company has been an integral part of our community.
Frederick Ochieng dismissed claims that the company's operation were causing environmental pollution, adding that they have also not been blasting or crushing stones in that area, as claimed by the Rarieda Artisanal Miners SACCO. They wondered why members of that SACCO only have issues with their operation, yet there is another company that is conducting similar activities. No complaints have ever been raised regard to the activities.
We have trainees, people training blasting, training weldings, and they will offer you certificate after the end of this thing. So they are not just employing you, also giving you skills. So we want to know, we are asking questions. What is happening here that is not happening there? What are we using that is not being used there?
Millicent Akinyi confirmed that AMLITE Resources Company Limited has helped them a great deal, citing instances where their children have been supported in terms of school fees and houses built for some widows. The workers and the residents have therefore called for the intervention of the government to have the operations of that company reinstated.
Sasa nilikuwa naomba serikali watusaidie watufungulie hii kampuni, hii kampuni ndio ilikuwa inatusaidia. Sisi kama wanawake hakuna penye tunaweza pata school fees, hakuna penye vile tunaweza kula, hakuna vile tunaweza kaa isipo tu hii kazi.
Lona Lorraine Ombuya, Lookuptv.
Now, several suspects believed to be behind the spate in vandalism cases targeting Kenya Power and Lightning Company operators in Kondele area within Kisumu Central Sub-County have been arrested, and several recoveries made. Among items recovered are 14 Martin Masharia now reports.
In a joint operation, police in Kisumu alongside Kenya Power officials have apprehended 6 individuals involved in the theft of power materials valued at over 60 million Kenya shillings. The operation, spearheaded by officers from Kondele Police Station and KPLC, led to the recovery of 14 drums of Kenya Power aluminium conductors with an estimated worth of 7 million Kenya shillings. Bernard Ambaka, the Chief Security Officer of KPLC's Western Kenya region, confirmed that the stolen materials had been pilfered from their yard in Couch. Ambaka noted that the materials were under the custody of AAE Power Spain, which had been awarded contracts by the Kenya Power as part of the Last Mile Power Connection program in 2015.
Way back in 2015, by 2019, there was a dispute between Kenya Power and AAE Power Spain concerning underperformance of the project. This led to a civil case in court in the country, of which Kenya Power won the case, the civil case. But later on, the contractor AEE Power Spain proceeded to UK to file another case in UK for arbitration. In the meantime, the contractor was to keep the materials safe.
The arrest operation unfolded over 2 days, with 2 suspects apprehended on Friday night during the initial raid, led by Kondele Police Station OCS Duncan Ongechi. 4 additional suspects were arrested on Saturday morning, following a tip-off from vigilant members of the public.
But in the night of yesterday, we now had a new case, where more drums were being stolen. Police swung into action and arrested 6 suspects, who are now in custody for investigations, so that we can establish where even previous thefts or materials of aluminium conductors were being taken to.
The arrested individuals are currently being held at Kondele Police Station, pending their arraignment in court on Monday, April 15th. Martin Masharia, Lookuptv.
Now, in a bid to eradicate poverty, which has greatly contributed to the high rate of school dropouts, early marriages, insecurity, and female genital mutilation in West Pokot County, more than 100 women and men are said to abandon their culture of keeping livestock and brewing of illicit brew in Namaram village, Kipkomo sub-county, as Maureen Bosire now reports.
As the government steps up its efforts in tackling the sale of illicit brew, more than 100 women and men drawn from West Pokot County have abandoned the business and cattle rearing for beekeeping. According to Emily Okubasu-Laktabai, the CEO and founder of Kyle Gabriel Foundation, the community-based organization promotes gender equality through women empowerment and girls with the knowledge and skills they require in West Pokot, Trans Nzoia, and Elgeyo Marakwet counties.
Tuna promote gender equality through empowering women and girls with the knowledge and skills ambao wanahitaji kufanya maisha yao ikue better ama kufanya community ikue better zaidi. Ukiona jamii ya Naramam kuna shida ama challenges mingi ambao wanapitia. Hao watu mara kwa mara hata chakula ni shida, familia wanateseka, na pia unaona kuna mambo ya pombe ambayo wameingilia sana, na hizo pombe imeharibu hapa maisha sana sana ya vijana wetu, wazee, hata wasichana wengine ambao wamepotea katika pombe. Pia kuna mambo ya child marriages.
Senior Assistant Kipkomo Sub-County Commissioner John Kichwen maintains that the project is a major boost to the government, especially during this period of the fight against illicit brew, saying that the locals will totally abandon the vice, adding that the project is a life changer.
So twashukuru wale wengine bado wanaendelea na kupikana na maneno ya pombe, upikaji wa pombe, kutengeneza pombe, ni kwamba njia mbadala, njia mzuri ni kuona ya kwamba wameenda na kujihusisha na mambo maendeleo kama hii ya msinga.
Betty Ndiwa, a resident of Naramam, is one of the beneficiaries of the beekeeping project and states that the project has enabled them to pay school fees for their children, adding that even the number of early pregnancies among young girls has reduced.
Sababu tumeona wakati tumefaidika na hii asali, tukaamua kupeleka watoto shule. Hata hizi mimba ya karibu imepungua kabisa.
Maureen Bosire, Lookuptv.
Now, thank you, Maureen Bosire, for that particular report. Away from that, the chair lady of women senators, Senator Hamida Kibwana, now says there is need for senators to visit Meru County amid the political wrangles witnessed in the recent past. Kibwana's sentiment comes in the wake of alleged plans by members of the county assembly to impeach Governor Kawira Mwangaza for the 3rd time. All right, away from that, Iran has warned Israel of a larger attack on its territory should it retaliate against Iran overnight's drone and missiles attack. Now adding that the United States should not back an Israeli military action. Now the statement from Iran's President Ibrahim Raisi on Sunday read in part, if the Zionist regime, Israel or its supporters demonstrate reckless behavior, they will receive a decisive and much stronger response. Raisi's statement follows a similar warning by Iranian military chief Major General Mohammad Baheri, who told State TV that a much larger response awaits Israeli if it retaliates against Iran. Now, Bagheri said the Iranian attack on Israel has achieved all its goals, and it is our view the operation has ended and we do not intend to continue. Early on Sunday, he warned the U.S. that any backing of Israel retaliation could result in its bases being targeted by Iran. Now, the commander of the Islamic Revolutionary Guards, let me take that again. The commander of the Islamic Revolutionary Guards Corps, Hossein Salami, also warned that Tehran would retaliate against any Israeli attacks on its interests. All right, still on matters international. Now, at least 19 people have been found dead and 2 others missing after landslides hit central Indonesia. Now, say the local authorities. Now, at least 17 victims were evacuated from the landslides that hit Tanah Toraja, South Sulawesi province on Saturday evening. Now, local disaster agency head Sulaiman Maila said on Sunday. Now, the landslides triggered by heavy rains affected 2 villages in the region and destroyed 4 homes. Abdul Muhari, the spokesperson for the country's disaster mitigation agency, said in a statement that the affected areas are hilly and difficult for rescues to reach. Photos provided by officials showed rescuers trawling through the rubble for survivors, with homes reduced to planks of wood and concrete. Tomato Sports, Kirinyaga Stars FC has been crowned the champions of the Central Region to Giamini Chezadimba. Now, Kirinyaga Stars defeated Galacticos by a solitary goal in the finals that were played at ACK Good Samaritan School grounds and booked a ticket in the national finals that will be held at the end of this year.
Matches zile tumebakisha najua tutazicheza vizuri na najua tutamove on vizuri na tutaqualify for the next league.
And this is great news to the team and even to the whole Kirinyaga County. We only have 2 teams. Now we have 2 very strong teams. My boys have been worrying. They are very talented, as you've seen, but we have been having challenges with the support, that is the transport, logistics and everything, and the allowances.
Goal is finally coming true. It is 1 month so far since we launched to Giamini. We broke Kenya into regions. Central was our first stop, and we have seen incredible talent that has been showcased in Central so far. What we are doing here today, we are at ACK Good Samaritan, based in Kirinyaga County. We are here for the Cheza Dimba Awards.
Now, the 4-ball of Cedric Konzolo, Jack Songwa, Victor Mohando and Julius Okech returned a combined score of 116 points to clinch the Kakamega leg of the KCB East Africa Golf Tour at the 9-hole course on Saturday. Now, James Mundia, Kunal Shundaria, Maureen Mundia and Ivan Poakas claimed the second spot after returning a combined score of 113 points. The tournament graced by 115 golfers. Now, the 2 teams have secured their places in the tour's grand finale, selected for December 6th at the Muthaiga Golf Club. Now, former world #1 Naomi Osaka now says she would love to play at this year's Paris Olympics if she is granted a spot by tennis chiefs. Now, the 4-time Grand Slam champion may need to go through an appeals process to claim a place after failing to make a mandatory 2 appearances for Japan in the Billie Jean King Cup during the current Olympic cycle. Now, Osaka lit the cauldron at the opening ceremony of the COVID-delayed Tokyo Games in 2021, where she went on to make the third round. She has since become a mother, returning to tennis late last year after a 15-month maternity break. Osaka's world ranking has risen from 831 to 193 since she began her comeback. Now, although she has not gone beyond the quarterfinals in 6 tournaments, she said she intends to play a full clay court season and probably a full grass court season. Over the coming months, Osaka made only one appearance for Japan as they beat Kazakhstan 3-1 to qualify for the BJK Cup finals for the first time. She beat Yulia Punti. My name is Brian Amwai. Thank you so much. I love you that you always make time for this program tonight, every now and then, that we want to update you on the news-making headlines across the country. We do not take that for granted. And also your feedback on our socials, at Facebook, that is at Lookuptv, and also on our YouTube channel. Now listen, we've come to the end of our program tonight. Yes, we are going home. Good night. God bless you. Thank you so much for watching tonight. Our sign language interpreter has been Angel Lois. On behalf of everyone that made it a success, starting from our producer Ian Kitani all the way to our director, the sound director, that is Jay Momani. Sound, we have James, and teleprompter, Orondo. Thank you so much for watching tonight. Good night.
We value your feedback and welcome your complaints about our programming and operations. Feel free to get in touch with us through 0700-893-542 or send us an email to info@lookuptv.co.ke.